What is up? What is up, YouTube? How are you guys doing today? Are you guys ready for an absolute tearjerker? Because today on One Piece Character Review, we are talking about Bellmere. Alright, so a little bit of overview on Bellmere. Bellmere, I'm just gonna call her Bellmere. She was a former Marine and the adoptive mother of Nami and Nojiko, introduced first in a flashback, or yeah, not first introduced in a flashback during the Arlong Park arc. She raised the two girls for approximately 9 years before, and I don't feel like I should say spoilers, but if you haven't watched the show at all, spoilers, she gets murdered. Alright, so moving into her appearance, how she looks, she is a relatively slim woman, and fandom says she has long colored fuchsia hair tied in a ponytail and a rather unique hairstyle similar to a mohawk known as a Chelsea hawk. But to make it simpler for everybody, I'm gonna explain it like this. Pink hair, ponytail, half of her head is shaved. I think that's the easiest way to describe how she physically looks, hairstyle-wise, at least. She wore a green checkered shirt with the words Mace on it, indigo trousers, and brown sandals. She was also rarely seen without a cigarette. She smokes more than Sanji does. Probably well, not anymore. She's dead. You know. Alright, moving into her personality. I think a very well-written character to start off. I just really like her character, you know? In her youth, she was a renowned troublemaker in Kokoyashi Village. I'm talking getting into all kinds of heinous shit. Not like heinous shit, but like for sure breaking laws and hearts and bones as often as possible. She was just, you know, a little fucking why can I not speak? Troublemaker. God, I had to actually pause the video and look for that word. God. Anyways, yeah, just rampant troublemaker. And when she joined the Marines, completely shocked everyone in the village. However, they did deeply care for her, so they were like, you know, like happy for her that she joined the Marines, worried for her health and her safety, but, you know, proud of her for joining the Marines. When she was a Marine, she was very confident. I'm not going to say overconfident, because we don't know the extent of her abilities. However, her reaction to Shiki's escape from Impel Down, she did state to her fellow Marines and the people of Kokoyashi Village that if he ever invaded the East Blue, she would single-handedly protect everybody and kill him. Actually maybe a little overconfident, seeing as how Shiki is probably top 10 strongest people in the world. But yeah, her fellow Marines note that she is very reliable and trustworthy, implying that she was a very skilled soldier in the Marines. Returning to Kokoyashi Village after her stint in the Marines, she retains some of her troublemakerness, offering to pay the village headman with her body. More is like he's like a father figure to her. So when he catches Nami stealing books and takes her to Bellmere, and he goes, "What you gonna do? I just caught your daughter stealing," and she goes, "I'll pay you with my body." Which is probably where Nami gets a lot of her personality from, is Bellmere and how she acted. She also can act impulsively every now and then. She by acting impulsively by striking Nami when Nami said that Nojiko and her aren't real sisters. She's like, "Pow! Don't ever say that. You guys are sisters. That's messed up. Don't say that." And then she also smacked a boy that Nami smacked. So Nami smacked a boy. Bellmere said, "Hey, don't do that. Don't smack him." And then either Nami or the boy says, so Nami either says, "He said your oranges taste bad," or the boy said, "Your oranges taste bad." So she smacks him. And she often states that Nojiko is probably more mature than she is. Okay, and we move on to her relationships. She really only has a few relationships that are like actively mentioned. That would be Genzo, Nami, and Nojiko. Genzo is the village headman. He is he's like a friend slash father. He's like a father figure to Nami and Nojiko. And I want to say like a friend. He's definitely a friend. But I don't know if he's like a father figure to Bellmere as well. He was in the village when she was a kid, being a little troublemaker. He refers to her as a little thug. And gets incredibly embarrassed anytime Bellmere offers her body in terms of payment. But it's heavily implied that the favors will never be accepted because he cares about her, like actually cares about her. He cares about her enough to try to save her life from Arlong and the Arlong pirates when they come and attack the village and go specifically after her. He even tries to hide the fact that Nami and Nojiko exist to further protect Bellmere. However, Bellmere refusing to deny the existence of her daughters tells Arlong that her daughters exist and that the payment. So Arlong, when the Arlong pirates came, they demanded a life tax from everybody in the village. 100,000 berries per adult, 50,000 berries per child. She paid 100,000 berries. And everybody was like, okay, good. And she goes, not for me, it's for my two kids. So yeah, it was a rough scene, right? Because she essentially sacrifices herself to save Nami and Nojiko, and then gets brutally murdered in front of the entire village and Nami and Nojiko. Kind of like bouncing off of that interaction, we're gonna talk about her abilities and powers now. The only time we ever, excuse me, the only time we ever see any display of her abilities or powers are when Arlong and the Arlong pirates arrive at her house. Now we do know she was a Marine. She did survive, and she survived many battles. So we have to assume that she is a very skilled fighter, very resourceful, very strong. But we never actually see any instance of that. We do see that she is very quick and acrobatic. When Arlong comes to her door, she quickly reacts with a rifle, jumping on him, pinning him to the ground, and sticking a rifle in his mouth before he or any of his crewmates could react. However, he is a fishman, so he bit the rifle in half. But yeah, I mean, she was a strong. She's just a normal human from the East Blue who was a Marine, right? I guess what we would refer to her as, if we were being mean, she's technically cannon fodder, really, like. Which sucks to say because I love her, but like, yeah, she doesn't really have that many abilities or powers. She's good enough to survive, but not better than Arlong. And yeah, since there's really not much about Bellmere, because she was only in the show for like half an episode or something like that. There's not much about her. She serves more as like a driving force for Nami and Nami's convictions and beliefs, and her death is one of the main reasons why the Arlong Park arc happens in the first place, with Luffy fighting Arlong and saving Nami and all of that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching to the end of this video. If you guys could leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell, it would mean the world to me. It means so much to me when you guys support me in my videos and you help me grow. And yeah, just thank you guys so much. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.